Like right now, you might be going through life and like you just feel like you're not making progress, or maybe you are making progress, but on the outside, you probably aren't. I'll explain why this is. Right here, I'm gonna draw a circle, right? This circle represents your energy. And now there's two people in the circle, right? There's person one who's like this. There's person two who's like that. And I might be like, what does this mean? All these little lines represent the energy people are putting their things towards. So here, this person, person two, I'll put person two, I'll put person one here. Person two is putting his energy towards 7 things, right? And because he's putting his energy towards 7 things, he only has 100% energy capacity. So he's only able to make maybe like a millimeter of progress in each direction. So I'll try to explain what I mean here, right? He might be, exercising, right? He might have goals for exercise, right? And he also wants to build himself a nice little YouTube channel, right? So he's working on YouTube as well. Oh, but he's also in school, so he wants all A's in all of his classes, right? And also he's trying to apply for college, so he needs to get some volunteer hours, right? So throughout the day, throughout the week, he volunteers. And he also has a club to run at school, right? He has a nice little club at school. And you know what? He also wants to do track at school. So he's going to try and go into track. And what about this third one, right? He's really interested in drop shipping, so he's also going to try to drop ship, right? So here are all the things that he's doing, right? And then there's this guy, person one, right? Person one decided, you know what? I'm just going to sit down and I'm going to work on one business. I'm just going to work on one business. And this business will be drop shipping, right? That's the only example that comes to mind, right? Actually, that's the only thing he wants to work on, right? Who do you think would make more progress towards their goals? Right? You might be like, okay, this person will probably make more progress towards all his goals because he's doing so many things, right? What a guy, what a jack of all trades. But here's the difference. These guys both have 100% of energy, right? This person is putting 100% of his energy / his time into one thing, his business. This guy is putting about, I would say, 14-ish percent towards everything, right? So this is 14, this is 14, 14, right? 14, all of them. And so, now who do you think is going to make more progress, right? Let's swap one of these out for dropshipping, right? You see dropshipping right here? He only has 14% of his time into dropshipping. This person has 100. He takes all this extra time to research what he's supposed to dropship, to figure out how he runs ads, figure out how to market, figure out how to make content, what to find the right product, right? He has all the time in the world, and so that's what he puts it towards, right? And so, in the end, the person who focuses on this is a prime example, dropshipper, of someone like Jeff Bezos, right? Because Jeff Bezos pretty much is a dropshipper. That's like his whole business model, right? And this is you, the average person who has their attention split amongst multiple things. Now, this is an ambitious person, right? You, if you're not so ambitious, you can probably swap this out for other things, right? Here you might be like, oh, you might really like drugs, so you might be doing weed on the side, right? And there also might be that part of you that, just loves using TikTok, right? But then there's also that side of you which loves going out with friends, right? And you like clubbing. It's not a school club, it's actual clubbing, right? See that? That was a little play on words, right? And you're not track, you're fat. So, you do eating as your part-time hobby. And so, this is where all your energy is split. You don't even exercise, let's be real. Let's put that towards, you love to also go on Instagram, right? And so, this is the average person, I would say. This is Instagram, weed, TikTok, etc., etc. You might be like, how does that take up 14% of your time? Well, look at your screen time. We have 24 hours in a day. About 7 to 8 of those are used in sleeping, right? And then also about 7 to 8 are used in school / work. So you have only 8 hours left in the rest of your day. What is your screen time? If it is above 8-9 hours, your entire life is wasted. You can see how this is split, right? It's 8, 8, 8, right? There's 24 hours in a day, 24. So 8 for work, 8 for sleep, which most of you don't even get 8 hours of sleep, right? And then 8 for whatever, right? And this is how you're splitting your time amongst the extra 8 that you have of whatever, right? While this guy is over here taking all of his time for work and for whatever, that's 16 hours a day, to work on his business for dropshipping. Who has the higher chance of success? The person who puts all of his time into one thing. Now here's the thing I wouldn't advise with, right? If you put 100% of your time into a business like dropshipping, what you're doing is also sacrificing your health, right? You're sacrificing a good body. You're sacrificing good relationships. You're sacrificing most likely your sleep as well, right? And just your body in general, everything, right? And so this is where you may not want to end up. But there are people like this who are 100%. Like Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk is 100% in his business. You can see his body is absolutely failing, right? He's fat. And then there's Jeff Bezos, right? Jeff Bezos, he before used to be pretty fat. He used to not care about his life. His relationship fell apart. He divorced his wife. But now what happened to Jeff Bezos is he went from 100% on his business, right? He used to be the richest man in the world. I have to explain this. This is really important, right? We're going to compare Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Just to get this point across, we're going to go to the extremes, right? So, number one, this will be Jeff, right? This is going to be Jeff Bezos. And this is going to be Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk is 100% in his business, right? He's just 100% in Tesla, SpaceX, whatever else he does, right? Let's just say Tesla, right? Jeff Bezos also used to be 100%, right? Who was the richest man in the world in about before 2019? It was Jeff Bezos, right? Jeff Bezos was the richest man before 2019. But what happened after 2019? One, Jeff Bezos divorced, right? So 50% of his wealth went away. That's sad, right? It happens, whatever, right? That wasn't even the biggest loss. What was the biggest loss was he found himself a wife after that. Lauren Sanchez, whatever her name is, right? So that takes some time away. Let's take some time away from that. And you know what? He also decided, I want to get fit. Oh, that also took some time away. You know, just took a little bit of time away, not too much, right? And he's like, you know what? I'm going to start a space company. Took some more of his time away from Amazon, right? So now you see his energy split among 4 different things. Now still, it's still quite a bit, right? This is more than most people, so he's still pretty wealthy. But guess who took over wealth when all of that stuff started happening? Elon Musk. Why? Because Elon Musk is still 100% into Tesla, right? And this is why Elon is now the richest person on earth, because he has all of his energy in one thing. Whereas now, Jeff Bezos has it split 25% amongst everything. Even though now he's at the point where he can just maintain his wealth, to keep that status at the top, which maybe he didn't want, and that's okay. To keep that status at the top, he had to have been working 100%. You can't compete with someone whose entire energy is in one thing. And so, the point of this is to not say that you should sacrifice your entire life to go towards one thing. The point of this is to say that your energy and where you put it matters, right? This is energy, right? Where you put it matters a lot. And you may be subconsciously putting it into things that you didn't even know you were putting it into, right? Like, how much time do you spend showering, right? If your showers are an hour long, you're putting a lot of time of your day into that. If you take one a day, that's 8 hours of your week, right? And so it's the same with other things. TikTok, Instagram, all these small things add up, and you get what's called death by 1,000 cuts, right? These are 1,000 cuts into your energy. 1,000 small little dots that come out of your energy ball, and you're no longer able to focus on 1 or 2 or 3 things. For me, I only have 3 goals, and my entire day is centered around those 3 goals, right? 3 goals. 1, I have a certain amount of money I want to make, right? 2, my body weight. I want to get to 170 pounds, right? 170 pounds at 10% body fat, right? And 3, I want to keep my relationship with my girlfriend, right? Keep relationship. And so, what happens is the only 3 things I can focus on in a day are these 3. And so I have my energy ball, right? It's just 33% towards everything. And sometimes it's even imbalanced. Like right now, I'm not even focusing on fitness that much. I'm just doing enough to maintain, right? And so what's happening with fitness is maybe I'm putting like 10% towards it, right? Enough to maintain my body. I'm trying to put more towards business. Oh, you guys can't see that. Let's move this over here. Trying to put more towards business, right? Because that's kind of the focus. So maybe like, let's say 50% towards the business. Or sorry, 60%. And then the relationship, I'm putting about 30% into the relationship, right? And so this is how it's going, right? This is the only three things I put my energy towards. And most people don't have goals that they put energy towards. Everything in your day, every single thing, down to the minute you wake up to the minute you sleep, should be centered around two or three things. That is it. And it's the same in a daily lifespan, right? And also in a weekly lifespan and in a yearly lifespan. If you want to build something big or if you want to make money, right? Only keep one desire at a time. And I guarantee you will get ahead of most people. Because most people, firstly, have multiple desires, right? They have multiple things they want to achieve. But the truth of the fact is, there's no competing against the guy who has 100% of everything he's got into that one thing. If you try to go against that person, you'll get demolished, right? If you're trying to, for example, bodybuild for fun, right? You're trying to just make muscle. You're like, oh, I'm going to look so nice, whatever, right? Then you're going against the guy as well who is a bodybuilder, who literally spends 100% of his time eating and working out and sleeping and resting and eating supplements and stretching and all the extra things that he needs to become the best in the world. And so the point here is you need to pick the few desires that you want, two or three, and just commit to those. Do not do any more than that.